All of you for being here. I'm very excited to be back. We've got a great announcement today. It's very exciting what's going on. We're taking a new council on today, and it's really, really an exciting day for Reno, Nevada. So at this time, I'm going to call on Councilman Dave Iazzi, since I've been out of the pocket, to go over some things and introduce a few people. Dave?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. There are a lot of exciting things today. I'm not sure what's best, this thing I'm going to announce, or the new council, or the mayor coming back for the first time. So welcome back to Mayor Kashelta. But for this reason, right now, I'm very proud to announce that IBM has chosen Reno for an IBM Smarter Cities Challenge grant. This is great news for this city and our community. Reno now boasts the title of the smartest little city in the world. Although I don't think that's true yet. We have to wait for IBM to come here and help us with that. So we had a good partnership meeting with them on getting this grant application going, and the announcement is very exciting for all of us. The city is one of only 100 cities in the entire world to get this grant. This significant grant will go a huge, huge way, taking us to our next economic challenges, to see what we can do in this community. It's not just Reno, it's going to help out the entire community. What they stressed during the interview process was how we were working with the University of Nevada, Reno. So I would like to introduce the Senior State Executive for Nevada and General Manager of IBM, who helped us get this grant, the application, Global Life Science Industry, Catherine Holland.
Thank you very much. It's really a privilege and honor for me to be here today to congratulate Reno on being one of the 2013 winners of IBM Smarter Cities grant. The IBM Smarter Cities grant is part of IBM's global philanthropic program. And in fact, it's our largest program. It's a 3-year, 100-city, $50 million program. And the purpose is really to help deserving cities address important local challenges like economic development, education, energy, water, healthcare, and any other of the many issues that cities these days face. This is our 3rd year in the program, and only 1 in 4 of the applicants has been selected. Reno was selected because of the outstanding leadership that this group of people and others behind us demonstrated, both in the application and in the extensive interview process that went on. Reno showed a very ambitious but very pragmatic vision of what they wanted the future to look like. And I will say that, having been pretty aware of the different cities that have won to date and the ones who applied and the ones that were announced today, another 31 cities were announced today, that I think a real differentiator for Reno is that Reno partnered with many other constituents as part of this grant application. They partnered with DRI, University of Nevada, the Governor's Office on Economic Development, and many others. And this vision of showing that working together you can do more than working individually is something that really does, in fact, strongly differentiate Reno. So what happens next? In 2013, a team of 5 or 6 IBMers will be selected through a very fierce internal competition. I would tell you that's probably fiercer than just the city's competition. This is a program that every IBMer aspires to be a part of. There's a global competition where tens of thousands of employees will vie to be one of 6 members of a team going to the 31 cities. And they will begin research and investigation around the topics that Reno said that you'd like to work on. And then they will show up in Reno for 3 weeks and get immersed in the community. They will work with the government and civic leaders here. They'll talk to nonprofits. They'll talk to small businesses. And, understand not only the issues that are facing Reno that were requested that we work on, but what's the uniqueness, of Reno in this region to make this thing really come to life. And that'll culminate in a presentation and a report and specific recommendations on what the city can do, the city and the community can do to move further. The results of the first 2 years of the Smarter Cities Challenge have been spectacular. And I actually expect that Reno's going to surpass
Yes, ma'am.
all the others, okay? Because this is something that the city is more than capable of and really deserves. And this will be a win for Reno, and this will be a win for IBM, and this will be a win for me and other IBMers who actually live in the greater Reno Tahoe area. So thank you very much. And I'd like to turn it over now to our city manager.
Thank you, Catherine. We are very excited, and I really want to thank the team that helped Reno secure this grant for $400,000 in IBM expertise. This grant award represents more of the innovative, creative, out-of-the-box action the city is employing as we continue our strong financial management and pursue our economic development efforts. We look forward to continuing to work with our partners, as Catherine mentioned, and I just want to thank our partners, Governor's Office of Economic Development, University of Nevada, Reno, the Desert Research Institute, the Nevada Institute of Renewable Energy Commercialism, Economic Development of Western Nevada. We couldn't have done it without those partners, so I want to thank them. I also want to acknowledge the efforts of city staff who completed the application process, and in particular Maureen McKissick. We have a great team here at the city, and Maureen is really a rock star when it comes to city employees. As someone just said to me, she does the work of 4 employees, and it really is true for anyone who knows Maureen. A significant amount of work and attention to detail went into putting the city's proposal together, and again, that's a credit to Maureen. We are committed to the Smarter Cities program and our vision for a smarter city. Reno's IBM proposal is to develop an analytics utility that can be used as a tool for economic development as well as a basis for informed city policy decisions. The city envisions a software platform, likely a geospatial one, in which data is collected in real time. Staff will be able to load up multiple types of data per parcel and make available to developers that data as well as other agencies and to the public. This would include community development data, emergency call data, tax data, water data, any sort of data associated with a parcel would be associated with this database. And some of this data is not even currently available. The technology will also help the city to proactively analyze the impacts of the types of development on city services and on our infrastructure to help us better plan for the future. Our partners will also be able to use the data to further their efforts, and we plan to be completely transparent through this process as we work with IBM and provide them the data necessary to make this happen. We're looking forward to meeting and working with the team from IBM, the IBMers and their experts. We'll be spending time here to research and analyze the data and come up with the blueprint for achieving the goals that we've outlined. One of the key partners that I mentioned in this process was the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and so at this time I'd like to turn it over to Steve Hill, the Director of the Governor's Office of Economic Development.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, everyone, for being here. I get a lot of pleasure coming to these chambers. The last time I was here, we had a pretty terrific announcement about a different tech company that we won't talk about today. But I think events like this show what can be accomplished when so many different organizations across the state work together to make something happen. This is a great opportunity, not only for the city, and certainly the opportunity will present itself first to the city. And I want to thank Andrew and the elected officials, and particularly Maureen, who did, and her staff, a tremendous amount of work in a pretty compressed time frame in order to make this happen. But this is something that can be shared across the state. the city can show how this will work, implement it, put it in place, and then other cities across the state can replicate that. And I think that's a really important component to this. I would be very remiss if I did not recognize Karsten Heise, who is the Technology Commercialization Manager in our office. Karsten really worked very hard to bring the groups together to help connect IBM to the region. And I just want to say I appreciate Karsten's work. And I know the folks behind me wonder why Karsten is not up here and I am. I just get to take credit for having hired him. The analytics utility that Andrew talked about, I think, is a building block, not only for decisions that can be made, but for economic development and some other commitments that we think that we can achieve with IBM. I want to thank IBM. They have been terrific partners through this process. Catherine's commitment to the state, obviously being a resident here is great, but a lot of people across that company have put in a lot of time in order to make this, and we hope other things happen as we move forward. With that, I would like to introduce a good friend of mine. I was sad to see her go as Chief of Staff. We worked together very closely in the governor's office, and then I was thrilled that she has taken the position of Special Assistant to President Mark Johnson at UNR, and that's someone you all know, Heidi Ganser. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here today. I want to thank IBM. So it's a great grant that is in place now. And I also want to congratulate the City of Reno, Mayor Bob Cashel, who I'm so happy to see back here.
Thank you.
Yep. City Manager Andrew Klinger and Maureen McKissick, who led this effort. Really appreciate their efforts. Reno being chosen one of the smart city signals to the rest of the country and to the internationally that Reno is a community that is ready for knowledge-based economic expansion. And I can assure you the University of Nevada, Reno is ready to support these efforts and be a great partner in this effort. The University of Nevada is a community-based university, and Reno is a university-based community. Our university is ranked in the top tier by U.S. News and World Report and among the top 100 universities in the nation. Of our 3,500 graduates, 1,100 of them every year are STEM graduates. So we are educating the scientists, the engineers, the people that we're going to need here to build this economic economy. The university has proven to be a great partner collaborating with some of our local companies like IGT, Hamilton, Sierra Nevada Corporation, GE, Kleinfelder, Haas, and Ormat. And we also stand by to do even more. We're very pleased to be working with the Governor's Office of Economic Development to target industry sectors, and we appreciate Karsten's work also. He was one of the key people to bring this grant here. We also are focusing on tech transfer, commercialization, gaming and hospitality, mining, healthcare, geothermal energy, water and arid climates, and cybersecurity. The university is pleased to be part of the Smart Cities team and will work with the City of Reno and other partners to help drive the local and statewide economy through workforce development, innovation, and research. We all know that Reno offers a great quality of life, and with the Smart Cities designation and grant, more people will understand how remarkable Reno is. Again, I want to thank IBM and the team that put this together, and I want to introduce Sharon Zadra, who's a member of the City Council and the RCBA and EDON. Thank you.
Today really is a new day in Reno for some sad reasons, but this is a very exciting reason. How does fate play into this? Boy, you couldn't have planned it any better that we would make such a tremendous announcement for our community on the day that we're also welcoming 4 new members to our council. We're so grateful to IBM for having chosen Reno in the final year of its 3-year mission. And I personally want to give tremendous thanks. We've made a little bit of reference to the work that we did with EDON and Mike Kazmierski, who's only been with EDON for about a year. It is an entirely new EDON in operation, and they've been incredible to work with. Under his leadership as the CEO and president and their staff, They've just done some marvelous things for our community already, and they will continue to. It's really a delight to be able to work with such a professional team and a commitment from our city. We've got a lot of partners that we've talked to you about that we're going to continue to work with so that we can improve the job market here. It is all about creating jobs in our community, and this grant will absolutely take us in that direction. One of 100 cities in the world. That really says something about Reno. You know, I spent quite a bit of time at Herald's Club, and they were, you know, the Herald's Club or bust, or the Reno or bust, and all of that historical stuff. That's what Reno is all about. And having it recognized from IBM all the way down is incredible. Their chief for the Americas was here visiting with us several weeks ago, and she was just amazed at the community spirit that we have. She felt so welcome and so confident that the support will come for her team. And Catherine, you need to be aware that people who come to Reno and they think they're only coming for a week or 2 or 3 in this case, most of them end up staying. So you may have a few vacancies in some of your other offices for that team that's going to compete so hard. This, from a tourism standpoint, this also presents the RSCVA with an incredible platform to be able to continue to attract the meetings and conventions and groups that are so appropriate for us to be hosting here in Reno. So again, it's just a multitude of partners that we have. We thank IBM and our partners for embracing the spirit of our community and our technology base and innovation. We certainly are committed to attracting the businesses that are technology-based, and they bring with them tremendous economic development opportunities for our community. When this project is complete, we'll have the valuable information that the companies need in kind of lickety-split time. It won't take weeks and weeks any longer to provide them with the information. We'll have an edge up over many of the competitors. We'll be able to show them why this is such a great place to do your business, raise a family, and enjoy the Sierra. As you kind of heard before, we're announcing to the world today that Reno is now not just the biggest little city in the world, but indeed we are the smartest little city in the world. Thank you so much for being here to share this celebration with us today.
Catherine, thank you very much for pushing and doing what you did, and Maureen, and thank all of y'all. Thank the University, DR. Huh? Oh, Maureen's not here because she's back in New York accepting the award. So we're very excited. But thank y'all for coming today. Any questions of anybody? They'll be here for interviews or anything. Thank y'all very much for being here. Thank you.